Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning, 15 minutes to change our life. This shiur is sponsored by Anonymous L'Refuah Shlema L'Marim Bas Deveo. And Mr. Hashem, it's very in the schools of our learning, of applying of the learning, should have a speedy Refuah Shlema. Thank you very much. I also like to wish Hari Mazel Tov, happy birthday to Michal. Should have a Shnas Hatzlacha B'Gashis V'Ruchnis. So we were discussing, and we're having this discussion. It's a very interesting discussion about kabolas. And basically, so yeah, we're discussing about kabolas and how the tribe of Dan. That on one hand, Dan was all the way in the back when everyone was traveling, but together with that being on the back, they also had the ability to pick up all the lost objects and return it. And we said, like it says in the Gemara, what's shaita? What's a shaita? What's a fool? Zesh kol ma'abed. The kol literally means kol masha, whatever they give him, he loses. But the Chassidish teach kol ma, all the what, the ma, which is bittul, he loses. Meaning kabolas gives you the ability to have connection to Hashem. And like we ended up saying yesterday, that by simple speaking, if you're serving Hashem, doesn't make sense and it's geschmack, so then you have some mitzvahs are more geschmack, some mitzvahs are less geschmack. So it's harder to do the mitzvahs that I'm not so excited about because I don't have such a geschmack, such a tainug in it. When you have kabolas is not about the mitzvah, it's about the person, or it's about the Eibishter. And meaning Hashem wants to do the mitzvahs that I do, and this is done. Done was about this, and now we're going to discuss these milas and why it's so important. So v'zu aveda is machedan. This was the aveda machedan kabolas. So lefichach, therefore, v'chein as chitzonius or his galus in an external way and in a revealed way. Mahava davar hadavar daga pchusa. The way you see it, it's like I'll give a mashal soon. Shikein la'adam kazu kazeh ein havana arivos. But on the deeper level, kabolas has a big advantage over hasaga in two ways. Meaning, what is better? To serve Hashem with kabolas or to serve Hashem with havana hasaga, understanding, and have a geschmack. So seemingly, bechitzenius, superficially, what do you mean? This guy's smart, that is a geschmack. Look at how she does the mitzvahs. But b'pnimius, in essence, kabolas is better, and ultimately it's the combination of the two. But the point is, kabolas is the foundation. This is what we're going to discuss. So I just do a simple story on this. A few years ago, I met a friend. I was still b'yeshiva and I was dancing. I met a friend. We were in yeshiva together many years ago, and he was. He big, good head, big learner, and I was a lot more the simple. When I would halavai be kabolas, but I was a lot more simple. And I remember he said to me, he looked at me. I was already married with some kids, and I think he's my age, if not older. He still wasn't married at the time. Baruch Hashem he is. And he said to me, he looked at me dancing, and I was like, I was simcha, and he goes to me, it was very like a funny thing. He goes, I looked at you. He's woman yeshiva. I'm like, yeah, this guy is nothing special. Not as a necessarily person. No, I think he meant in like my connection to a Yiddish guy, to my learning. Like I wasn't a big learner and a lamdan or something. I was very simple. He goes, but I see there's something to this. And he was being very honest, and I took that as a compliment, even though I don't know if he was trying to mean it as a compliment. But the point was a funny compliment. But the point he was trying to say is. And I had a few of my friends like this, and I've noticed this, that the kabolas aspect is less, and the havana hasaga is more. And And when someone works and he's Yiddishkeit and the connection that we have Yiddishkeit is kabolas is without kabolas, so more the Havana of Asaga. So you get all over the place because sometimes you're excited and you love it and you're passionate, but then you don't like something else. Like we said before, yesterday, there's mitzvahs that's chamuris and mitzvahs that are kalis. There's easier mitzvahs, lighter mitzvahs, less, so to speak, less important and more important. That's when you have Havana of Asaga. And so what happens, so when you live without the Kabbalah, so you're all over the place. Some days you're excited, you're going wild, and some days you're totally out of it. Whereas Kabbalah, you're a lot more, I wouldn't say coasting, but you're a lot more stable. And this is what we're saying. Ultimately, Kabbalah is your relationship with the Eibishter is not with ups and downs, it's a lot more stable. And there's two reasons for this. The first is asaga mugbalas, because when you're learning, when you're connecting to Hashem, because your understanding is limited. You can never fully understand Hashem, and what you do understand is, and even with the amount you can understand, there's only limits to how much you can understand. By reality, Hashem is infinite, and we are finite. So therefore, we can never truly understand infinite. But to come and say, I'm going to serve Hashem because I understand, it makes sense to me, and this is my connection with Hashem, it's intellectual. What do you mean? You're never going to understand. It's like a 5-year-old saying, I'm gonna learn Einstein's theory of relativity, and I'm going to understand it, I'm gonna get schmack out of it. You're a 5-year-old. You're never going to understand it properly, and infinitely more so is by us and Hashem and Torah. And Kshadam Eifes Hashem. So when you're serving Hashem this way, yeah, you're serving Hashem, but it's very limited. And it's all dependent on the amount you understand. On the other hand, the given overness is the way Hashem is, which is bligvul. When you have hasaga, it's your understanding, so it's limited. When you serve Hashem with kabolas, meaning it's about Hashem, it's about what Hashem needs, Hashem wants, not about what I need and I want, or what I understand. So then it's unlimited because it's on Hashem's terms. That's the first advantage of kabolas. And the second advantage is besides the fact that kabolas reaches a deeper level than understanding. Kabolas has another advantage because that is the foundation. It's even the foundation of the avodah of serving Hashem with reasoning. Hare ala seichel bilvad ein his basis. Because just with the intellect alone, like we're saying till now, it doesn't really work. So if you want the intellect to work well, you shouldn't have only kabolas. Like it says in Tanya b'shem Azaya, like it says in Zaya, v'hi hai loy ishtakach gabe loy sharia be kedusha. And he translates it into Hebrew. Because you don't have kabolas, ain't kucha berachum, ain't kucha sheriba. No holiness there. Meaning, ultimately, what we're saying is, we need to have both. To be just kabolas is you lose yourself. There's no you. Hashem wants us to serve Hashem. In a relationship, you have to have a kabolas. You have to have both. On one hand, you have to have kabolas. You don't say, a wife doesn't say to her husband, I'll do what I enjoy or what I think is good. I'll tell you what I think I should do for you. That's what I'm going to do. I think, and the husband says, if you can help me prepare the dinner. The wife goes, no, I don't like dinner. I like doing something else. So that doesn't work. But the wife says, I don't care, whatever you want. I have no opinions. I'm a nobody. Like, it doesn't matter. That's not good either. So the balance that we have is a kabolas. So why do I do something? Because this is what my husband wants. This is what Hashem wants. We're in a relationship, and this is what I'm given to the relationship. That's the axiom. Together with that, I have to have understanding. I have to have an opinion. I have to connect. I have to be me as well. Kabolas in a certain sense, if you're just with the kabolas, you're sort of losing yourself, and we need you as well. But we need you with the kabolas. That's what it's saying. And so the kabolas is advantage because it reaches a higher level, and it's the side, it's the foundation. That's what we're saying here. Vav. And now, based on what we just said, now we can understand why Dan is hanging out in the back. And he gathers all what's from all the other camps. And there's 3 reasons why Dan is in the back, and Dan is gathering up all these things. First of all, so why did Dan have the schus of being in the back? Even though we said the back is not the greatest, but you can look at it in this way, in the schus. What's the schus? Because they had kabolas. As you see it, you look at it from above, you're like, what are these guys hanging out in the back? The Navach's in the back. That's what it looks like. Bechitzenius. Mechinas regel. They're like the feet. And being that spiritually though in the end, Mechinas Galian, or from in a revealed aspect. Nikva Gam, but spiritually they're on a low level, so too, Begashis, they're in the back. And secondly, Mishum Sheis Batlus Shibakabalas El Masu Nafsham Liyois Masvim Lachal Machanes, being that they had this nullification of Kabalas El, so they're able to gather all things in the back. Bafilu Nachashim Chashilim Beisol Limruas. And also because of their level, they need to be in the back. When you go in this kabolas, like we said before, you lose it if it's full kabolas without any of your own seichel, your own connection. If you just tell you it's nothing, I'm a nobody, it doesn't work either. Lo chashuv l'didei asher ir loy l'didei chashuv rak bitzur ratan elyon, because you saw nothing. It's all about just fulfilling Hashem's will. That's why they're hanging out in the back. Lefichach muchan hu lekasha hu atzmi yeh b'seif v'rachik min hamishkan u'bilvad lekayim es ratan elyon ayidei kiruv bnei Yisrael l'kus. But therefore, the mile of it is that they're so totally given over that they're in the back. But therefore, in the back, they're able to gather and help. Totally about Hashem. And the third thing is the Machnedan, kabolas mahave kiyum yisrael chol aveidah. They're sort of the feet, but together that they're the foundation. Ubechlal lahas lasaga kerega kuyisoich alei maimed kol binyan heim. And together with that, they hold up, they're like the feet that hold up the head. So on one hand, they're like the feet. On the other hand, the feet are very important. The feet make a very big difference in our lives. And this is done. And this is the avodah kabolas. This is the importance of kabolas. But on one hand, it's not the ikr. It's the foundation, but it's not, it's not the way you want to live the whole life. But it's like the feet. The feet are very important, but they're not. They don't rule your life, but on the same hand, you need the feet to take you everywhere. And this is the kabolas. And just let's think about this kabolas a little bit. And again, it's very important to understand what kabolas means. Kabolas, because this is the foundation. The Chassidus talks about this a lot. That what's kabolas? We're saying it's not about what I like, what I want. It's about what Hashem needs from me. And this kabolas, it's realizing that I'm here with a mission. There's a purpose for me, and Hashem put me here. And every morning when we say Moedani, we said, Rabbi Munaseh, Hashem has faith in us to fulfill the mission which He has given us. And therefore, we say to ourselves, what is the mission that Hashem wants from me? That's kabolas. That's the foundation. Why do I do this mitzvah? So we have to tell ourselves, and it could be, something we say to ourselves, I do mitzvahs not because I enjoy it. I do mitzvahs because this is what Hashem wants from me. I should also enjoy it. But the foundation of the mitzvah is this is what Hashem wants from me. It's what Hashem needs for me to do. And that's kabolas. What does Hashem need from me? And that's the foundation. Of course, we should have a geschmack. We shouldn't sit there. A lot of times, especially when you go to seminary or you go to yeshiva, and you're like in the early stages before you're married with kids, and you have to be honest with yourself, and you have this type of kabolas. I don't think I'll do with me. I don't care. can't lose yourself. Kabbalah isn't about losing yourself, it's about gaining yourself to a deeper level and saying, hey, I'm here with purpose, with meaning, and what is that purpose and meaning, and how do I fulfill that? What does Hashem need from me? And the second stage of this, the second level is, how do I get a geschmack in this? How do I get a tainug in this? But if it's just the geschmack and tainug, so then some things I like, some things I don't like. So the things that I like, I'll have a geschmack and tainug and I'll do. The things I don't have a geschmack and tainug, I don't have this pleasure, it's not exciting, it's boring for me, so I won't do it. But if I have kabolas, so it's irrelevant. What it is, it's what Hashem wants, and that's what I do. The mitzvah Hashem, we should all be successful in our kabolas, and we should connect to Hashem in the deepest levels, like we said in the Sikha, that's really much deeper level. And we should have an amazing day.